Okie dokie. So it is January 27th. It was a beautiful sunshiny day, so I decided to come to the beach. It is not too cold, it is not too windy, so I thought, what a good day to go to the beach. And then as I was reading, I'm just going to read the whole thing today. Normally I just give you a little synopsis, but today it kind of just sums up, I think, what we're going to find for the whole year. So I'm going to read the whole thing. So January 27th, the prosperity of living. Women must be the pioneer in this turning inward for strength. In a sense, she has always been the pioneer. And that was by Anne Morrow Lindbergh. American pioneer. I would rather see the beach than see me, so I'm going to try and just do this. How about that? American pioneer, aviatrix, and author. These are challenging times in which to live. But here we go. I'll do this. Then you can hear me better. But we are not the only generation of women to have known difficult days. It is comforting to realize that others before us have persevered and prospered. During the dark days of the Great Depression, an editorial in the October 1932 issue of the Ladies' Home Journal encouraged readers to remember that the return of good times is not wholly a matter of money. There is a prosperity of living which is quite as important as prosperity of the pocketbook. But the magazine stressed that it is not enough to be willing to make the best of everything as they are. Resignation will get us nowhere. We must build what amounts to a new country. We must revive the ideals of the founders. We must learn the new values of money. It is a time for pioneering, to create a new security for the home and the family. Where we were specialists in spending, we are becoming specialists in living. I remember the exact moment when I found that quote. I was mining my acres of diamonds from yesterday or the day before, seated on the floor of an antique shop, pursuing women's periodicals from the past for hints on how to live successfully today. I had been on the simple abundance path for a year and felt like a pioneer. In fact, I felt exactly like a woman who had packed up her family and all of her worldly possessions in Boston to start across the country in a covered wagon in search of the promised land. For 2,000 miles, I had kept the dream of a better life alive while enduring epidemics, drought, blizzards, tornadoes, snakes, and salted beef. By this time, I was in the Nebraska Territory with 1,000 miles to go, but I had come too far to turn back. Like that pioneer woman, I was discouraged and exhausted. When I found that magazine, I immediately embraced it as a telegraph message to my soul. Keep going. Don't stop. You're on the right track. You're on the right path. You are not alone. From that moment, I never looked back, and my exhaustion was transformed into creative energy. I learned firsthand that the simple abundance path has the power to transform lives. Are you ready to become a pioneer? Then it's time to invest your soul with all the creative energy at your disposal. Think of me as your scout, your own personal pathfinder. I've gone ahead and have cleared the brush from this trail. This much I'll tell you at the outset. The path spirals and takes time. It will take us a year, but it's comforting and nurturing. It can also be an undertaking at one day at a time only. Don't be afraid. We are not alone. Like prisoners, pioneers, not prisoners. Pioneers on the trail, we will learn to live by our own lights and stars of heaven. For that is all we need. There is no obstacle that true grit and amazing grace cannot overcome. So I leave you with that today and this beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.